Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're looking at something new from Screwpop tool. This is just called their Tether, and essentially what it is a key organizer. It's very similar to like the Key Smart or the key bars. The big difference here is that this utilizes bands instead of screws, and the whole catch is it's supposed to be, you don't have to use any tools. That's the advantage here. You can do it all with your hands. I played around with this for the last 2 days. I got it like 2 days ago. They just sent it to me. I didn't buy this or anything. They send stuff out for people to try out. They don't ask for videos or anything. They just want the feedback, but I like doing the videos anyway to talk about the products. This is not one I like. I'll say that right off the bat. Just like their cigar cutters were a cool concept in the beginning, but when I actually started using them, they just didn't work well. And to me, for my specific needs, I don't think this works well or has much of an advantage over, say, something like the key bar. Also, the price. They sell these for $20. I think that's a little high, personally. Obviously, I'd love to see it for $5, but even at $9.99, it's, I think, more reasonably priced. For $20, I don't know. You guys can be the judge of that, but I'll tell you, I would never buy this for $20. So I want to show you how it works. You get all these parts, obviously, except for the keys that are here. So you get some different size bands, so if you want to stack up more keys, you use a bigger band, basically, all right? The one issue I have with this using bands, these are like, I don't know, some kind of, it has a little bit of give, but they're not like rubbery. They're kind of rubber plasticky. Is that over time they're going to wear out, and you'd have to buy replacement bands, right? They do sell, of course, the extra bands, but no one wants to have to go through the hassle, even if they are cheap. I didn't check the price on them. Just one of those things. So this is the back plate. It comes with these two additional tools, I guess. This is just a lanyard. All right, so once this is together, if you have, like most people, a car key that's too big to go in anything like this, you can just use a split ring to attach it. All right, so essentially you have your car key attached to this with all your actual, physical keys. So you also get a bottle opener tool, which is kind of nice little bonus, I guess, for the price. I'm glad it's there. But this is how this works. You're going to fish the band through here. You're going to fish whatever tools you want. Let's put this on one side. I'm going to put the key on the other side just to start. I did find this to be a little difficult in putting through keys. You have to, pinch it together. If you have a smaller hole like on some of these tools, it's a little bit more difficult. All right, and this is the top piece that has these two like posts that are in there. And that's where they wrap around. All right, so basically this wraps around the post. All right, so you pull this tight. See where we're going with this? And this is going to go through the back side and through whatever tools are there. In this case, we're just going to put the key on. I'm going to leave that out for now. All right, so fish it through. And you have to make sure it's kind of straight too. You don't want it twisting on you, so it doesn't work properly. So fish it through there. And then through the keyhole. And then through the top. And of course, as you're doing this, you have to pull onto it because you're running out of the band, so it's a little difficult, a little slippy, slippery, and it's kind of a pain. See, I'm losing my grip here. It's pulling back. To stretch it way out. I just fear that, like most people, you're going to stretch it and it's probably going to snap or break, or even in carrying this, if this rubs on something and gets a tiny bit of damage, it's going to break pretty easily. And then you're left with just a bunch of loose parts in your pocket. So, having a difficult time here. All right, here we go. Oh, there we go. All right, so push that in there, stretch this around that other thing. There we go. Okay, so I finally got the one key and the little lanyard on there. Nice and flat. Now, once you put something like this or other keys, it starts staggering. And then you get this like weird, where it's like off-centered, you know what I mean? So as far as using it, obviously you push it out, right? There's give in this because they're just bands. So it wants to, skew and move around as you're using it. For 1 or 2 keys, it's totally fine. I have not tried this with like, let's say 7 or 8 keys. I don't know how that would be. I would imagine the keys would kind of open and close, probably not how you want them to. It's a fun, cool idea. It's different. I like the idea of not having to use tools for things. But I'm not super into this specific design, all right? And for my purposes, I have more gear than I have keys. I have like 4 keys besides my car key. So if I were to actually utilize this properly with the gear I already want and use, it would just be another thing hanging off my keys, you know what I mean? But if you're one of those people that has basically just a car key and a bunch of different singular keys like this, it might be an option for you, you know? Like I said, even though I wouldn't buy this for $20, doesn't mean other people wouldn't. It just kind of depends, but I don't see a huge advantage here with not having to use tools. The other thing too is, like, I don't know a lot of people who are constantly taking keys on and off. The advantage to this particular system is if you're taking keys on and off your organizer all the time. It's easier to do than to unscrew, say, something like a key bar. But all the people who I know who carry key bars, including myself, once I actually used it, it take me like a half an hour to figure out the exact setup I want, what works for me, and then I just left it like that. I didn't need to take keys on and off all the time. You know, it's not like you're constantly getting new cars or changing your house locks or anything like that. Now, of course, if you have some kind of job, maybe you're a janitor or something, and you deal with lots of keys, so this would be beneficial. I don't know, I think it's more rare to be changing your key setup constantly. But you guys, you know, of course, comment, let me know what you think of that. The biggest disadvantage, I think, is the fact that you are dealing with these bands. That's your only contact points. The only thing keeping this together are these bands, and because they're exposed like this, if you're gonna keep your keys in your pocket or something, especially if you carry other gear, you're gonna have stuff rubbing on that. And it's not going to take much to damage one of these bands. I mean, even the tiniest piece, even if it was just on one side and you got one tiny little slit here, little tiny cut or a little bit of wear, once that snaps, forget it. It's just going to fall apart. The whole thing's useless now. So I congratulate Screwpop Tool with constantly coming up with new stuff, but I don't think this is a winner out of the gate. I think it needs some kind of alteration or something, maybe a second gen to get better. But just like their cigar cutters, the first one was horrible, and they changed it. They, at least as a company, they're willing to, you know, learn and build upon an idea. It's a fun idea. It's cool, but I don't know if there was a bunch of testing done with this thing before they actually released it, because I think that there's too many flaws. But that's just my personal opinion. Of course, you guys let me know what you think of it. If you happen to get one of these and you start using it, let me know, you know, how long it lasts. Are some of my concerns, you know, not really concerns? I don't know, dude. Most of this is based on my assumptions. I didn't, you know, carry and use this because I have no need for it. You know, like I said, I have way more stuff than keys. But just want to make a video on it and kind of critiquing it. If nothing else, if they see this video, maybe they'll, you know, consider some of my criticisms and perhaps design a new version in the future. I love innovation. I love when people do new stuff, but it doesn't always work out. And for me, the two downsides here is the weakness in these being bands, as opposed to most of these key designs have screws. They have metal screws on the end, and that's it. Yeah, it's kind of a pain, especially the ones that use different washers for spacers and stuff. It's kind of a hassle if you ever use one of those to really get it just right. But once you do, you leave it. It's, you know, you do it and that's it. You're good for months on end, if not years. I know some guys that had their key bar over a year, 2 years, and that's it. The keys that are on there, they're using day in and day out. They don't have to change them. So, you know, thumbs up for innovation and trying something new. Kind of thumbs down on the execution, in my personal opinion. And also the price. I really think, I mean, they're two aluminum plates, you know, I don't know the production costs on that, so maybe it's unfair. But I kind of see this, like I said, maybe a $9.99 type thing. I love this. Obviously, the cheaper the better. But $10 I think is more reasonable. $20 you're getting into the, I don't know. For $20 there's some other options. There's, you know, standard ones with screws. Like I said, I think it's the Key Smart, whatever was the original. But anyway, those are my opinions. You guys may disagree with it. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Take care.